Okay guys, I'm back with another video on lock styling. This is your first time here, thank you for joining me. We are Locks with Kayla, and here we go. So I have just washed my hair. It is still wet. I oiled it and everything, and yeah, there's no scabs, so hooray for that. But yeah, it is nice and wet. The style that I'm doing today, it doesn't need to be wet to do it. I just like having my hair wet to style it because it makes it 1,000 times easier to manipulate. And yeah, you can do this style with or without a retightening. I personally am not gonna retighten my hair. That takes way too long. It doesn't even really take that long. I'm just, as you can see, 6 months pregnant now, and I have very little energy to do things that I just don't want to do. So that is one of those things. But anyway, this video, you can see how I do the 2-strand twist more in depth here. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. As always, don't forget to like this video if you like what I have to say and what I'm showing you. If you like this lock style, subscribe so that you can get more videos of lock styles and hair care. This channel has a slew of videos already dedicated to hair care, specifically locks, so make sure that you check those videos out. And comment below if there's any other styles that you guys would like to see from me. I'm actually going to start in the back of my hair. So I'm going to part this up and only leave out the hair that I want to 2-strand and put the rest of it in a bun, just to hold it for now. This style can be done on long or short hair. I specifically, for the lock bow, you're gonna wanna have at least a couple inches or add some extensions to your hair, to the ends as you're doing it. I will do a video on how to add lock extensions in while you're styling, so you guys can see how to do that. So I have this hair left out. I probably won't even end up using all of this, so I'm going to just part out the hair that I'm using to 2-strand, like row by row. So I'm going to turn around. Okay, so this is the row, the first row that I'm doing. So we have one here, one here, one here, and one here. To do the 2 strands, you need at least 4 locks. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay, so we have these. I'm going to go ahead and put this hair up to keep my area neat that I am working in. That is one of the biggest tips that I can give, is to part your hair while you're doing it so that you don't get flustered with how much hair you have around. Okay, so let me see. I'm actually gonna use this one too, just to keep my parts kind of neat. and then put this up. Okay, now it's straighter. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I'm going to start with these. Yeah, I'm going to start with these. So I'm just going to wrap this around, make a little bantu so that this is also out of the way. Okay, so take these, however you want them to lay down is how you want to start twisting, okay? So you take one and you twist in one direction, and you take the other 2 strands and you twist in the opposite direction. Now you take those 2 and twist them together while you're still twisting in opposite directions. If you twist in the same direction, your 2 strand is going to be loose. So make sure that you don't get confused and keep twisting in opposite directions. You guys see what I'm doing? Okay. You can see us laying down this way. Okay, so keep going. I like making my 2 strands pretty tight too, because once I take them out, my hair is curly. And you can speed up a little bit when you get to the bottom or as you get more comfortable. So as you get to the bottom, you can break that apart. So let me see, let me make it focus. When you get to the bottom, you see these two, this 2 strand, oh, that's a double lock. These 2 strands have ended. So I'm gonna keep twisting that and keep twisting these. And you can really end it however you choose to. But me, I like to wait till it gets to nothing left, split it, and twist those 2 together too. Oh, I really wish it would stop doing that. But I just added the piece from this 2 strand to this 2 strand. So let's see if I can get it on camera. So this was its own, it's ending. So I'm gonna break these apart, add this to this, twist those 2 together, and then begin to twist these 2 together as well. Now it's tight all the way to the bottom. I take that, just fold it up, and now I'm gonna rubber band it. I'm gonna put 2 so that it doesn't fray. As you see, it's a little bit of hair sticking out right there. add another one. Okay. So that's our first 2-strand twist. I want to go in and do the second one. And this one, you guys will see what it's like when you have a shorter lock that ends early. So once again, you take these. I like to get a head start by already twisting it before I start them so that it's nice and tight on the root. And remember, twist in opposite directions. So go this way with this one and this way with this one. Clockwise, counterclockwise, however you want to do, or however you want to say it. So starting here, just literally twisting it this way, twisting it this way, then twisting those together. Twisting it this way, and you can do this with however many locks. Like if you have sister locks, I would double them. Just depending on how big you want your 2-strand twist, you can do these with like 4 per twist or 8. Like I said, if you have sister locks, you're gonna want to double them. Or if you want strands that are even thicker than these, then you can do like 16 or 10. It doesn't have to be an even number. Like you can put 3 strands here, 3 strands here, however you want to do it. But okay, so as you can see, this is ending. So I'm going to, with this, in this situation, just wrap that around and keep going. So this 2-strand, did you guys see what I did? I literally just wrapped that shorter one around the other piece that was here, and I'm continuing to twist these 2. Because if I would have broke it, it would have made the 2-strand loose. We're coming to another point where this lock is now ending. So at this point, I'm going to break these. Add that, just wrap it around this strand and twist it. Twist those 2 together. It's really not rocket science. And trial and error is the way. Like, it might not come out how you want it at first, but you'll learn why as you continue to make mistakes. So it's not really looking like 2-strandy anymore at the bottom, but it is still tight, which is what matters. You just want it to be tight. So we have one lock that's just longer than the rest of them that I've twisted all of the locks into. So that is what we're going with. I'm gonna take that lock and actually wrap it around. I'm going to take that lock and actually wrap it around the 2-strand twist before I go in with the rubber band and rubber band it, so that it is nice and secure. And I always use 2 rubber bands because one sometimes just does not get the job done. Nice and tight. All right, so we got two-strand twist here. If this is your first time doing this, it can be very overwhelming, and you can stress yourself out just in thinking if you're doing it right or not. So once again, I'm using 4, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I'm going to bantu knot it, and I cannot stress enough how important it is to get the hair out of your way. Once you've made your assessment on how many strands that you're going to use, or just once you've figured out where your 2 strands are going to be, get them out of your way. It makes it 1,000 times easier because you can always go back and correct it more so more neatly when you have them separated like this. So this is 4, right? Yeah. I'm just twisting opposite directions again. My arms are starting to get tired. I've barely done anything. And make sure you keep your hands close to the 2-strand. Don't try to be all down here and stuff. It'll make it very loose. And it just disappears beautifully. That's also another pro of having wet hair when you do this, because like I said, it allows you to manipulate it easier. It'll lay flat, so once it comes time to dry, it won't just be sticking straight up. As to if your hair was dry when you tried to do this, it would already be sticking straight up. So just keep going. So I'm still twisting these to the same direction, even though I'm not having to twist this one anymore because it's just one lock, just to keep that consistency and make sure it stays tight. Still twisting that way. So as you can see, we have come to the end of the road with this. There's 2 here and 1 here. I just keep going until there is literally nothing left. And I'm just going to take this lock and wrap it around. Each end that you create for your 2-strand will be different because, I mean, unless you have very even growing hair, most of the time the hair doesn't grow to the same length, so you're gonna have to finesse how you end your locks at each 2-strand point. And once again, it's really not rocket science. Whatever keeps the hair tight is what you should do. Okay. So now we have 3. I'm gonna keep going. I am now going to move on to the bun. So let's see. Okay, so for this part, you need the hair tie that I was talking about earlier, which I think is already in my hair. Yeah. Okay. So honestly, medium length hair is the best hair length for this style, because longer hair, it can kind of get a little hectic. But either way, go ahead and neatly comb through your locks and make a neat ponytail. I don't want to make mine too tight because I don't want to get a headache later, but I'm only going to put my ponytail holder on one time. Like, I'm not gonna go in and pull it and do another loop, because you're going to tuck your bow in to there. So just pull it out. And make sure it's as neat as possible. So once you have your ponytail, go in and break it into 3 pieces like this. Try to keep them pretty even. Pull this down. Okay. So you have this middle piece and these 2 side pieces. So take your side pieces and make them into a bow. With longer hair, I'm actually going to try to wrap this around twice, because I don't want too many hanging. Okay. You guys see what I did there? Now, take the other piece while you're holding this and do the same thing. If your hair is shorter, you can just wrap it once. But since I have this long hair, I have to wrap mine 2 or 3 times. So, doing that again. And I should be fine with that. So I'm going to show you what it looks like in the back. Alright. So, you guys can see it is not neat right now. The main point is just to have the petals. Okay? So, take this and wrap that around the middle. So take that and do that. I'm going to actually take that and wrap it around the front too, because like I said, my hair is really long. So let's see. I don't like the way that looks. Yeah, I don't like the way that looks. Okay, so I'm just gonna take that, take this top, wrap it back and tuck it. Into the hair tie. Well, see, that's not gonna work. That is not gonna work. Let's try this again. Okay. And I'm not gonna edit this part out because you guys need to see that this is not perfect. Like, whenever you're doing your hair, just don't get frustrated or give up, because you'll see someone do a style and it'll look totally different on you when you're doing it, because you guys do not have the same hair. So don't get frustrated. Oh, this is saggy bow. I'll take that, fold it back. Okay. I'm going to attempt to I'm going to the bathroom. Let me see. Okay, y'all, so disclaimer. This was my 4th try in doing this bun, and this is easily one of the hardest styles that I've ever done. So if you start to get frustrated, don't do exactly what I'm doing. Just know that this is the end result that you're looking for, okay? Any of these flyaways, they can be bobby pinned and tucked in later, but once again, it took some patience, some trial and error, some mathematics, some algebra, all of that to figure out how to do this damn bun. So I'm about to take it down and do it again, just so that y'all can see what to do if you have long locks. Now, once again, this would not be as difficult if my hair was not this long. Anyway, I'm about to try to take this down and show y'all what I did. I need to be paying attention to my doggone self to see what I did, because I really don't know. So I'm starting again with this ponytail. You don't want the ponytail holder to be tied twice. Just put it in once. Make sure your hair is up neat how you want it. Okay, let me make sure I got all the hair in there too. No, I'm missing some pieces. Okay, split this into 3. Honestly, I'm gonna make my middle even skinnier than I did last time, so it's easy to manipulate. Okay, so this is the last thing that you worry about, okay? So, wait, is it? Alright, either way. Make this side into a bow. And if your hair is long, once again, this is gonna look different than it would if it was short. So I took this side and I put it all the way over here and just wrapped it around that side. I'm taking this piece, and let me make sure I separate this. Taking this piece, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. Make a bow and wrap it around. Now, I'm gonna take this piece and wrap it around again. Because once again, my hair is longer, so this is looking different than what it would if you could just wrap it around once. So I'm wrapping it around again. And like I said, don't worry about no flyaways right now. Just make sure that what you're doing here is neat. Put this up and tuck this under. Okay? Tuck that under. You're holding all of this hair with one hand. So tuck that underneath and bring it back around. As tight and as neat as possible. Now, with this piece, you're going to do the same thing. Come back around this way, underneath this. Keep it fluffy so that it still looks like a bow. Move this out the way and bring this around here. And bring that piece around. Okay. Alright, so y'all see what's going on? I'm gonna flip around. It's just to look like a bow. Okay? Don't worry too much about nothing else at this point, but that you have this piece in the front and that you got two tulips or petals on the side, okay? Now take this, bring it back. Bring it back and through the middle of your ponytail. So find your scalp above or under the ponytail holder, it don't matter, and feed this hair through the middle. Okay. I'm pulling it through the middle. Okay. Now don't worry too much if these gets a little, what the hell? What the hell? Only one of my bows stayed secure. Okay. So, as y'all can see, we only got one bow. Because this is what I did last time. That's what I did. Okay. I jumped the gun. So, we have two bows as of now. But we still have all of this hair here. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Make this one a little bigger too. Okay. If your hair is longer, once again, we're gonna have to do that whole process again. If it's shorter, this will be where you stop, you can correct, and you have your bow. But if your hair is longer, take this piece, feed it through the front to make another petal. Take this piece, feed it through the front, make another petal, ball that up wherever the hair is shorter to the middle. We take this that we just pulled through the back and we now pull it through the front. All of this to look like Minnie Mouse. Okay. You all in my camera. This would be so much easier if I was doing it in the mirror too. So I could really see what was going on. But anyway, take that and find your ponytail holder again. And then feed it through. I'm not bringing it all the way to the front this time because there is no need. I'm going to take it and actually wrap it around this time to make all of this more secure. And then tuck it. Okay. Now I have these that I can just hide. First of all, let me go look in the mirror and make sure this looks okay. No, it's fine. My hair is wet, so it's looking like droopy because it's so heavy. But as it dries, this will be a lot easier to fluff out. Okay. So yeah, at this point you're just correcting, but this is it. That's the gist of it. You can put accessories in it. Oh shoot, I was supposed to put some gold wire. I forgot that, but either way, this is the bow. I'll show you guys the back. I'm going to go in and put bobby pins in where I want it to stay so that it doesn't come off loose. But this video was much more difficult than I intended it to be in the first place. So I would say this is an intermediate style, definitely not a beginner style. The two-strand twist, beginner style. And honestly, if you two-strand twisted all of your hair, this bow would probably be a lot easier because you wouldn't have to deal with all of the strands possibly poking out. So it would look neater. It might look skinnier, not as big as this, but I mean, really doesn't matter. You're still going to be slaying. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that this video really shows you that even someone as professional and experienced as me has a hard time with styling sometimes. So don't get discouraged if you're not getting it the first time. It definitely is something that takes practice. Always like, comment, and subscribe. You'll be helping feed me and my growing family. But either way, I appreciate you for joining us in this space. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys next week.